Welcome in, welcome back. Everyday cooking dad, cooking every day. We're gonna get started right away with our baked potatoes. We're taking our oven up to 400 degrees. We're going in with some olive oil, salt on the potatoes, and that goes in the oven. It's gonna take about 50 minutes, maybe even an hour, depending on the size of the potatoes, to get the potatoes right. You want the outside to be nice and crispy, inside nice and fluffy. So just hit that up with some salt. And guys, our pinwheels, we're using flank steak. That's gonna be good. So don't forget, we got our oven 400 degrees, and by the end of our cook, those potatoes will be done. So now let's get started with the Brussels sprouts. We got salt, we're gonna have pepper, and we got oil. Now we're not putting oil on the Brussels sprouts, we're putting oil on our pan because we're gonna preheat the pan. And that's our balsamic glaze. We got that from Costco. So we're gonna cut the Brussels sprouts in half. Take the little stem off. You don't wanna cut the leaves. So, just take the little stem off as much of it as you can without disturbing the leaves, and then cut it in half. Now, guys, the idea behind the pan is to get the pan nice hot in the oven at 400 degrees, and then your Brussels sprouts will brown on the bottom. If you just take the Brussels sprouts, put them on a cold pan, put them in the oven, they're gonna steam. No matter how you crank that oven up, it's just gonna steam. So we're gonna hit the pan with some avocado oil. The avocado oil has a higher burn point than olive oil, and it has a neutral flavor. Doesn't have any flavor at all. So it's a good oil for doing just what we're doing right now. All right, so you take this pan, put it in the oven, let that heat up. I don't know, let that go 15 minutes, 10 minutes. So while our pan is heating up and our Brussels sprouts are already cut up, you gotta have bacon, and bacon, the balsamic glaze, the Brussels sprouts. That's a great side. Guys, there's no recipe for it. Salt, pepper, balsamic glaze from Costco, and some bacon. Pretty simple, nice and tasty. All right, bacon's done. Now we're gonna get started on our meat. Don't even attempt this if you don't have a sharp knife. Now get yourself about halfway. I'm kind of using the end of the knife, you see the black handle, to kind of guide me across. It was perfect. The black handle was just about halfway of the meat. That kind of just happened. I got lucky. But yeah, so you want to be careful. Don't cut yourself. Kind of stay right in the half of the meat. I'm pulling back as I cut. Just work your way around. Now you see, this is a thicker part of the meat. You see, I got a little hole there, but that's okay, because you're probably gonna, roll this up and it's gonna be hidden anyway. All right, keep pulling back. Now you want to be careful. You don't want to cut through the meat and then you have two halves. Right here, you want to stop, check it. There you go. We still got a little bit more to go. All right, and that's it. Now we're gonna grab some saran wrap and we're gonna level this meat down. We're gonna have it, all flattened to the same height. Don't use we're not trying to tenderize this or anything. Now guys, I saw someone else do this online, or I saw a recipe online. You really don't need, there's not much of a recipe for this. You go in with your favorite seasoning. Now what I did was I put one type of seasoning on one side and then the seasoning on the outside. Because you know we're going to take this outside on the kettle, Weber grill, and we're going to grill it. So I went in with SPG from Kinder, salt, pepper, garlic. Now at this point, if I had more time, like if I did this on a Saturday instead of a Friday evening, I'm able to let this sit for at least 35-40 minutes right here. Just let it sit. Now we're going in with our provolone, and I went into the supermarket and I said, yeah, let me get 5 pieces because that's all I wanted. I didn't want to spend any extra money. It's tough out there. All right, and then in with our spinach. Go ahead and try and remove some of the stems. You know, just want to make it as delicate as possible. You know, the stems, just remove them. You know, sometimes really easy meals will look very complicated. So, you know, this is what we cut the meat, we flattened out the meat, we seasoned the meat, we put some cheese and spinach down, then we're gonna roll it up and we're gonna take it out to the grill. You know, it's easy. Looks a little difficult, but hey. You know, guys, I really love my time in the kitchen. I get to create, make a video, create a nice meal, try and make it look pretty and fun and delicious to eat. Get back in the spinach. Now I'm not gonna do anything special with tying of the string. Just gonna tie it, make a knot. Move on, tie it, make a knot. This is probably the most difficult part for me, at least. Probably should have used a toothpick. So the next time I do this, I'll put a toothpick in there to hold it down. You know, now I think of it. And that's pretty much it. Now that part right there took me all of about, I don't know, cut the meat, flatten out the meat, put about 10 minutes. Not too bad. Now we went in with Montreal chicken. Guys, we're not using any kind of binder or anything. Just pat it. We're gonna pat it down. But we're also going in with some Brazilian steakhouse from a McCormick. Just pat that on. Try and get up all that seasoning. Waste not, want not. All right, now that pan is hot. You can't see it, and but that's hot. We're gonna sear the bottom of the Brussels sprouts. If you don't care for Brussels sprouts, try it this way. You know, takes a little bit of the funkiness out of them. Onto the grill. So we're gonna kind of use a direct and indirect method here. So I'm going over the top of the coals right now. Cover it up. I'm probably gonna run inside. I'm not gonna walk away from this too much. So While that's cooking on that side, I'm gonna go ahead and get these, I guess you would call it a sauce or glaze, ready for the Brussels sprouts. So that's our pan that we had the bacon in. Now this is a whole cook that I do. So, you know, the grill is going, the Brussels sprouts are in the oven. You know, I just cooked the bacon, the meat is on outside. So now we're gonna go ahead and make our sauce. Yeah, that's my SPG, salt, pepper, garlic. So we're gonna take the garlic down to right where we smell it, which is like right about now, and in with our bacon. Now we're not trying to really cook the bacon or anything like that. We're just incorporating all the flavors. Whatever little bit we can extract out of that bacon, let's go ahead and try and get it. Just a little bit more. Now this is still the same pan that I cooked the bacon in. So we're still getting all the goodness from the grease of the bacon, plus the bacon we're putting back in. So let's go ahead and render that down. And in, we're gonna go with our Brussels sprouts. See how they charred up on the bottom there? That's a great trick, guys. Preheat your pan. All right, so our Brussels sprouts are done. They're ready to eat. And in with our glaze. Look at that. Guys, this is gonna be a great side. Don't forget, we got that baked potato in the oven. All right, so we let that meat rest. And look at the end results. Not bad. Guys, Friday night cook. About 50 minutes or so. Nice and crispy on the outside. Soft on the inside. Guys, this came out good with our baked potato, Brussels sprouts, and our pinwheels. There you go, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Every day cooking, Dad. Cooking every day.